Town Board to order on this 7th day of September 2023. Please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Deputy Clerk Kim Toddy is here, and I will ask you, Kim, to call the roll.
Yes. Supervisor Schneiderman.
Here.
Councilwoman McNamara.
Here.
Councilman Martell.
Here.
Councilman Bouvier.
Here.
Councilman Scibone.
Present.
Okay, everybody's here. We're going to start off today with reviewing the agenda for our upcoming meeting of September 12th. This will be a 1 p.m. meeting, an afternoon meeting here at Town Hall. It'll also be hybrid. We have only 2 public hearings. The first one is regarding the lease of town land for the purpose of the design, construction, and management of a wireless communication structure. And the second public hearing is consider aquatic habitat restoration and non-point source abatement and control projects proposed for 2023 Community Preservation Fund, 20% water quality improvement plan funding. That one may go on for a bit. All right, and then we get to resolutions, so why don't we just read the ones that we're lead sponsor on, starting with you, Tommy John?
Town Board Resolution 1004, 2023. This is the resolution of adoption to amend 164-4. This particular version is going to be tabled. There is another amended version that is laying on your desk in hard copy and digital copy that is going to be heard on the it's going to be up for the board's consideration on the 24th.
Will it require a new public hearing?
It is not going to require a new public hearing as per our law department because it is the way it was announced that it was for hazardous accumulation, and it's still
Just minor enough
it
changes.
still concentrates on hazardous accumulation. It's just a question of
You want to tell us just briefly
Who-
how it,
and how.
Changes.
Yeah, we put in a tiered system on this, and I was going to go through it more on in public meeting, but there is going to the criminal aspect, the misdemeanor aspect, is going to be connected to a hazmat incident. So
okay.
definitely take a look at that, and that is going to be tabled, and we are going
Have
to
you
be considering
coordinated,
that.
Cindy? I know you wanted to have some input on this.
No, but you met with Ryan, and I'm fine with whatever they all.
Okay, yeah, we
Okay.
did. Again,
Okay,
yeah.
Excellent. All right.
And then Town Board Resolution 1005 of 2023. This is, I am going to table that one as well for the subsequent meeting.
So then we get to 44083, and authorizes purchases from Rockland County Contracts with East Coast Emergency Lighting.
40097, authorize,
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, yep.
am I good?
Yeah, you're right.
44097, authorize the supervisor to execute an agreement with Shari Winehouse as host of Sun 20 TV.
Town Board Resolution ID 44-132. To authorize the supervisor to sign a contract with Paint Care New York LLC for New York Post-Consumer Paint Collection Program. Town Board Resolution ID 44074. To authorize the supervisor to sign an indemnification and hold harmless agreement between the town of Southampton and 26 Main Street Owners Corporation.
What is that, 26?
I'm sorry?
What is
That's guava.
26 Main Street Owners Corporation?
Yeah, it's guava.
Yeah.
It has to do with what? The
The septic
sanitary system is on our property?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Or is our sanitary system, no, theirs is on our property.
Theirs is on ours, and
Yeah.
we're going to
Hmm.
be sharing the new system, so hopefully.
44127, authorize supervisor to sign memorandum of understanding with Jewel Assets, Inc., in furtherance of conditional authorization to execute electricity supply agreement as part of the Community Choice Aggregation Program.
I'd like to
think that's
co-sponsor
based-
that.
Well, are we there yet?
We have a,
We have an executive
Exec session.
session on this, so this is assuming that we're able to authorize, there's so many steps in the CCA process. There's a memorandum of understanding.
They are going to present to us the costs or the responses to the RFPs at some point, but this is the agreement that we need to have with them, and to get that in place, should we agree to that?
And that's why it's an executive session, because it's contracts?
It's contracts.
It's for negotiating.
Yeah.
Let's give one more second to look at this. Where resolved, authorizes Jewel to identify an electricity supply contract in accordance with said RFP thresholds, approves as to form the electricity supply agreement between the town of Jewel and the supplier yet to be determined, and authorizes the supervisor's execution of the electricity supply agreement by the town with Jewel and the awarded supplier, provided the supplier bid meets the established pricing benchmarks. Okay. All right.
This is as we discussed in the work session, so there's no surprise here.
Yeah, I'm just surprised this resolution is in the packet. I thought that would come later, but this was authorizing me to execute everything that really will be necessary to trigger
To make that happen,
the CCA program.
correct.
So, okay. John, you've got the next one.
Town Board Resolution ID 44-124 is authorized to purchase from Delisle Concrete Corporation for ADA improvements at East Quogue Marina on Bay Avenue in East Quogue.
44-126, authorize the supervisor to execute a contract with Chaliff and Rogers Architects for Tiana Life Saving Station. 40, I guess that's for the interior. When the exterior is done, I know work needs to get done on the interior.
Complete the
Yes.
rehab and restoration.
44077, authorize the supervisor to execute an agreement with Lexipol for online subscription for law enforcement policy manual online. 44171, authorize supervisor to sign a lease with trustees for office space at 240 West Montauk Highway, Hampton Bays, New York. I know Sean has been working to get to a lease that's acceptable. I think we're pretty much there. We had some minor stuff we hashed out in my office the other day, so I think we're there. It does convert, right? It's basically, it's a rent-free lease unless they have a tax line, and then the rent kicks in. So Tommy John, you're
Yeah,
next.
44108, authorize the supervisor to sign a 2023 contract in support of the trustees and freeholders of commonality with the town of East Hampton for water quality protection strategies. This is a longitudinal study of the Upper Cove in Sag Harbor, along with the Village of Sag Harbor, Sag Harbor Yacht Club, East Hampton trustees, our trustees, and we've been studying a compromised water body for about 5 years now.
It's a shared water body, or?
It is. Bay Point and other areas of an unincorporated Southampton share are on border of these water bodies. And so the longitudinal data is important, as Sag Harbor moves forward with water protection strategies.
Okay. And we can't, I know I think we've done this in the past, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so yes, we have $2,000. And it's about, it's well over $20,000 program.
Hmm.
And so we contribute $2,000.
Okay.
44130, authorize the supervisor to sign a contract with LK McLean Associates, PC, for professional services related to the installation of a new IA sanitary system at Hot Dog Beach.
Can I be added in that,
Yes, ma'am.
Kim?
We have a sanitary system there in the ground. It's not an IA system.
We're moving one IA system to Hot Dog Beach
From MECOG.
from MECOX. Thank you.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Town Board,
You go ahead.
Town Board Resolution 44075 is to award and authorize the supervisor to sign a contract for the Reeves Bay Catwalk and Barn Restoration with Chesterfield Associates.
Oh, finally.
Yay.
How much is that, cost $1 million? Well,
Yep, roughly.
gonna be a beautiful catwalk. But, you know, this is the thing, though, with CPF can be used for these kinds of things, and we have the available funds, and it does provide ADA access out to beautiful places in a sort of a way that keeps people away from ticks and poison ivy and things like that. It'll be beautiful. I just hope that one day the definition of the stewardship on CPF expands, so we can do other things, but certainly creating walkways, boardwalks, and things like that is allowable. And there are other places where we could do something similar to this, where you can create a, you know, a beautiful way to experience nature. You know, I think we have to think about this too on that CPF property that we acquired next to the county piece, that Riverside Maritime Park. I think the design so far is to have these trails that are really set back from the water. I don't think you can even see the water. We need to sort of rethink that and get those elevated platforms right up toward the water where you can really look across the way and see downtown Riverhead. You can see the water, platforms, maybe even,
We
you know,
have the boat
walkways
race there one
across,
day.
little walkways across the water. You know, was that?
I said maybe have the boat race there one day.
Yeah, maybe at least people could watch it.
You get some Southampton fans.
Maybe people could watch it, yeah. Okay, well, somebody will, not me. My boat race days are over. So, okay, but, so that's nice to see this project move forward. There's a similar type of thing that the village has at Munns Pond, off of Meadow Lane, that's really beautiful. And people love to go, I see artists out there all the time, photographers. It's really a, you know, nice thing to do. All right, I'm on 44-109. Declare item surplus and authorize disposal of vehicles, 44-133. Recall and amend resolution 2023-324, authorizing the supervisor to sign an extended contract with Nelson Pope Engineering, Architecture and Land Surveying, PPLC, for Shinnecock Hills Extension.
44116, recall and amend Town Board Resolution 2023-913.
Can I just, before you move on, so with the Shinnecock Hills Extension, and, you know, we're doing all the design work, the money that was set aside for that project is no longer available. So the board's gonna have to figure out, now we can talk about it when we do the capital budget, but the highway superintendent used the money for other things that met the same purpose of pedestrian access, road safety, traffic safety. So there was $1 million set aside, which was to go toward this construction that isn't available. And we're gonna have to figure out how to put money back in place. So, you know, the people in that neighborhood, Greenfield, they really do need a safer exit. And this is to provide that. And Jim, have we gotten do we own that Shinnecock Hills
Well,
Road? That was one of the issues the highway superintendent had, is
Right.
that we didn't own it.
Yes, technically, we're gonna have to go through, hopefully, a very modified eminent domain proceeding. That's what our title company recommended. We actually had a meeting on this yesterday, Kelly and I, and folks from Nelson and Pope, and Tom Houghton on the design work. We just need the final design mapping work to be completed, and then we will have a public hearing on the eminent domain. Not expecting that it's really, the road is, yeah, it's kind of in the state of it is, who owns it? It's a question, does anybody really own it? You know, that's why, in order for us to.
It's a defunct corporation.
Right,
It was
exactly.
a paper road.
Shinnecock
though.
Hills Corp. It's essentially right. It's essentially a paper street. A little different because it wasn't connected to any specific subdivision map. You know, usually created paper streets come out of a
So it has its
subdivision
own
map.
separate
Yeah,
tax
Shinnecock Hills
map.
is traditionally, if you know, it kind of weaved all through the northern half of the town, all through Shinnecock Hills. Parts of it have been closed. Parts of it are still open. So, going through our title reports, counsel at Advantage Title recommended that we, in order to guarantee that we have clear title, if we're gonna be spending this kind of funds on it, that we go through, it's kind of a hopefully it's just gonna be a modified eminent domain proceeding, and we not
Right,
expect
we
any
can't-
real objections to
We
what
can't
we're-
pay for private property, it has to be our property, so we have
Exactly.
to
Right, right.
take it to
Exactly.
eminent domain.
Right.
Nobody's gonna contest it.
Yeah, I don't think so, I mean, the neighbors, and, we were talking about this project will be only, one way going out unless there's an emergency situation, so, as you said, it's provides that community an alternative egress, which is desperately needed for them.
Well, it also will provide the police and ambulance and
Right.
fire
Right.
a way to
Alternative
get
for
in.
Bypass, right, to way to go in and
A
also.
way to get in.
for,
If you have to close County Road 39,
It's
which,
an- it's
you know,
an
sadly
opportunity.
has happened too many times.
Right,
There's nowhere to route the traffic.
Right.
And this becomes the way now
right,
to potentially route traffic.
right, as we know,
So
the chief
people
is.
don't get stuck there for 3 hours. you know.
Right, right. I know our former chief, Skrinicki was very much in favor of this, and I think Chief Kiernan is as well.
Okay, all right, so we'll move on. Tommy John, you got the next one? Or you did that one? All right, then John, we're at 44-160.
Town Board Resolution ID 44-160. It's a recall and amend Town Board Resolutions 2021-791 and 2023-707 for the distribution of Community Development Block Grant COVID funds.
Ew, why the churches couldn't take the funds?
I think it's a not-for-profit status. There's a requirement. We've had this happen before in the past,
Okay.
but I'm not entirely sure. But
And we would want to make sure that the CDBG funds are expended so that we get them
Oh,
next
yeah.
year. Yeah. Town Board Resolution 44050, resolution of adoption to develop the Town of Southampton Large Whale Emergency Response Plan.
I'd like to be added as a co-sponsor on this one.
Yeah, me as well.
Yeah, I think that we all should on that.
You know, it's
Fortunately.
really interesting,
Yeah.
you know. There's been a couple things that have happened over the last 8 years that I've been supervisor that there really weren't any plans in place, you know. Often with disasters like the pandemic, there was no response plan for something like that. But when 1 million dead fish floated up in Shinnecock Bay, there was no plan for how to deal with that. And when a dead whale floated into Shinnecock Bay, there's really no plan as to how to deal with a situation like that. So, what if it's alive? What if it's dead? What beach do you land it on? Do you go to the nearest beach? What if it's, who owns that beach? Who is you supposed to notify? The Shinnecocks claim that they have the right to all whales that come up on the beach. So they have to be notified, and they perform a ceremony. But you have all these different agencies, you have issues with piping plovers and least terns. If you bring it in a county park, you have to, obviously notify the county park commissioner. There's a ton of things involved with, so even securing the site, if you have to hold the whale overnight. What do you have to do this necropsy, how people want to come, everybody wants to go get close to the whale. How do you remove the whale? Because that was an issue. How do you bring it into shore? Do we have the right equipment? Whose job is that? So this really there was way more questions than there was answers. And, I sat down with this guy, Robert DiGiovanni from the Marine Center out in Riverhead, and with Ryan, and it really emerged that we need a plan. We need a plan to guide what happens, and we're gonna see a lot more of these beach whales. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, it sounds terrible, like why are these whales beaching themselves? We're gonna see a lot more because there's a lot more whales. There's a lot more whales out there, which is great. The whale population is coming back. And with it, the numbers of beach whales are going to increase. A lot of these
And the
tend
bait
to
fish.
be strikes. A lot of them are propeller strikes from larger vessels, and kills the whales. But but sometimes it's just illness or whatever it might be. they're air-breathing animals, so they need to get to a place sometimes where it's easier to breathe. And, but anyway, this, I'm very happy that the board is we're all co-sponsoring that one, right? John, you're next.
Town Board Resolution ID 44-122 is a 2023 second notice to bidders for Ford F-250 Super Duty with Western 8-foot plow.
44-174, 23 notice to bidders for Ford Police Interceptor Utility. 44-165 adopts the 2024 budget process schedule. Let me know if anybody has any issues with the time there. It's pretty standard. We have a lot of regulatory requirements, deadlines we have to meet with the budget. 44-068 amends the 23 adopted budget for Bridgehampton and Sagaponack ECD. 44, we could talk to Kathleen on that, but I know that we've been trying to keep level funding in that. Some of the costs are going up in general for these dredging projects, but I've talked quite a bit with Aram and adjusting the scope of the project so that the costs match, so that the debt service leads to level taxes for the people in the ECD. They're also getting potentially some money in form of FEMA reimbursement after whatever that storm was that took away a lot of sand. And that's the beauty with these federal emergencies and with these engineered beaches where they're insurable structures. 44139 amends the 2023 adopted budget for Building and Zoning Division overtime. 44167 amends the 23 adopted budget for special events. 410170 authorized the return of funds deposited by the Division of Professional and Court Services Justice Court Assistance Program. I don't know what that one is. It's unspent funds before a new grant application by the court can be processed. Okay. It's $1,000, 1027.93. 44166 deposits money into escrow account for professional services in connection with the Lewis Road PRD site plan application. 44063, resolution authorizing increases in rates of pay for Southampton Town Justice Court reporters and interpreters. Authorizing Southampton Town Justice Court Director to enter into a per diem contract with interpreter, and authorizing Southampton Town Justice Court Director to enter into and amend per diem contracts with court reporters and interpreters. Just stop for 1 second. As we talked about Justice Court, I know all of you are aware that Judge Wilson has stepped off the bench. So at the moment, we have just the 3 judges that are serving. And, that'll be something we'll discuss in the future as to the process of replacing Judge Wilson. I will take a moment, though, to thank Barbara Wilson for her years of service. It's not easy dispensing justice and dealing with all of the cases that come before the Town Justice Court. And Barbara has served the town well, and we wish her the best in the future. All right, Cindy, you're up.
I had a question about the resolution, the Justice Court Director. Is that her title, or is it Chief Clerk?
That's a good question.
Is it one and the same?
You mean, you're speaking about Selena?
Yeah.
I think she's a justice.
Selena?
That might be her civil service title, I'm not sure, but,
Okay.
Jim, will you check before?
yeah, sure.
And
Verify that.
not an issue if it's, one and the same.
Right.
Okay.
44162, 2023 National Recovery Month. If everybody can dig out your purple ribbons from last year, if you still have them in your desk drawer.
I
If you
do,
don't, and you need
actually.
one, let me know, I'll get you one.
Can we add to the title to what it is? Are we designating anything or honoring or?
It's basically about things that we've
Recognizing-
done, things that are ongoing.
Could it be recognizing 2023 National Recovery Month? or
Sure.
something, or-
I think the big duck is already lit up purple.
So is
Yeah.
the town cupola.
I saw that.
Yeah, why can we just add that, recognizing to the title, recognizing the
Yes.
2023 National Recovery Month? All right, John?
Town Board Resolution ID 44064 is authorization of cost reimbursement waiver for the Galilee Church of God in Christ Violence-Free Block Party, which was held on August 26, 2023, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Town Board Resolution ID 44066 is authorization of cost reimbursement waiver for the Watermill Village Improvement Association Annual Car Show on September 9th, 2023, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Town Board Resolution ID 44101 is authorization of cost reimbursement waiver for the East Quogue Fire Department's seafood party on September 16th.
Could I be added to that, please?
Absolutely.
On a,
Town Board Resolution 44061 is authorization of cost reimbursement waiver for the Hampton Bays Lions Club 12th Annual Over the Bridge 10K Run and 5K Run Walk on September 16th, 2023.
So if I could be added to that one, I'd appreciate it.
Sure. Town Board Resolution ID 44067 is authorization of cost reimbursement,
Sorry?
cost reimbursement waiver for the Flanders Fire Department's 75th Anniversary Parade on September 30th, 2023, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Town Board Resolution ID 44175 is authorization of road closures and cost reimbursement waiver for the San Gennaro Feast of the Hamptons to be held September 23rd, September 24th, 2023, from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
ID number 44065, waive showmobile fee for Live Your Core Foundation fundraiser.
Live Your C-O-R, is that,
yeah, they say core,
I guess that's the name of it,
for Corey Hubbard.
C-O-R. A foundation to help resident Dana
It's not an
Barrett pay for
acronym.
medical expenses. It's a
Or maybe it is.
They're using the proceeds for that.
Yeah, I think they started last year.
Just remember, it's a Corey Hubbard.
Yeah, I had a request from East Hampton to use our showmobile.
What, they have two events on the
For
same
their
day?
275th, whatever, celebration or something like that. I forwarded it to Kristen, and we're seeing if the county will help them, but if not, whether it's something that we're able to do. 43874, 2023 part-time salaries. 43621, accepts disability retirement of Peter Diancona, police officer from Southampton Town Police Department.
Oh,
43809, accepts resignation of Charles Briscoe, planner and land management. 44090, accepts resignation of Jeff Ulysses, planner trainee and land management. 44096, terminates employee in the town clerk's office. 44095, appoints Diane Beal to office assistant position in town clerk's office. 43333, appoints Joanne Wilner to senior office assistant position in police department. 44137, appoints Megan Sullivan to animal control officer 1 position in public safety. 43885, appoints Tatiana Tusi to assistant town management services administrative position in town controller. It is in town controller, but it's kind of also in HR. It's a weird position that really is sort of equally divided. I guess we have to put it under one, but it's very much under both. 44113, authorize attendance at accreditation council meeting. 44168, notice of public hearing for community solar installation at North Sea Landfill, 1370 Majors Path, and North Sea. John? is
Town Board
next.
Resolution ID 44115 is a notice of public hearing to consider historic landmark designation of the structure known as West Hampton Beach Performing Arts Center located at 76 Main Street, the Village of West Hampton Beach.
Oh, good.
Might be added as a co-sponsor, please.
Yeah,
That'll be added as well,
Yeah, we should.
yeah, me too.
Anyone else? No, that was
all
it.
of us.
Jim?
I think it's gonna pass.
It's got decent odds.
It's a good thing. It's a really good thing.
44078, resolution to accept open space in connection with the planned residential cluster plan and density incentive subdivision map of Zarabi Family Trust Site approved by the Southampton Town Planning Board, March 10th, 2022. 44134, Bridgehampton Beach Erosion Control District renourishment secret coordination. 44176, North Sea Beach Colony Beach Erosion Control District Beach Nourishment Secret Coordination. 44169, Sagaponic Beach Erosion Control District Beach Nourishment Secret Coordination. We got some more, 4 more. 44177 is Rick's resolution, authorize the supervisor to sign a sole source contract with Northeast Sweepers and Rentals, Inc. for Rabo Fiat Group sweeper parts and service. 44178, Cindy's resolution, notice of public hearing to consider enforcement action at 56 Cypress Avenue, Flanders. 44180 is Cindy's, notice of public hearing to consider enforcement action at 229 Flanders Road in Riverside. And 44181, the last one is also Councilman McNamara's resolution, notice of public hearing to consider enforcement action at 11 Flanders Road, Riverside, New York.
These are all a long time coming.
So
So-
you get the 11 Flanders, and these are like dilapidated structures?
Yeah, one of them actually is the gas station at the Circle. The overhead canopies are actually collapsing, and there's boards dangling, and there is a 4-foot chain link fence with an open gate securing the site. So, I mean, the property owners have all been notified, and the hope is that we won't have to actually go through these enforcement actions. They all will take care of them, but
And that one's before the planning board now, so.
Yeah.
I'll reach out to their attorney.
No.
they already have. Ryan's
They
been
have,
in
yeah.
contact.
Sean Cambridge is gonna
Yeah, he's gonna
Present.
present all of them.
all of these.
So if I could be added to 78, 80, and 81, please?
You got that, Ken?
Got it.
All right, any other questions, any, or comments on the draft agenda? Hearing none, Kim, you are good to publish.
Thank you.
All right, all right, so,
But I just want to make sure we're not gonna have one. It's their call.
so just a couple quick updates. It's been a whirlwind week or two. Just, the end of summer and the craziness at the end of summer and all of the events.
End of
From the
summer.
Blue Dream, which was great, for the Greek church held, and they actually ended up donating another like 10 or 15,000 to our police department,
Nice.
as well as the, pancreatic cancer research. And, it was a really well-attended, beautiful event. The Hampton Classic was this past weekend. I think it had to have record attendance. It was really heavily attended, but it wasn't just the Grand Prix, which was the big event on Sunday. It was the whole event, Family Day the day before, Locals Day. There was like all kinds of events. It's really become an iconic Hamptons event, and they do raise a lot of money for charities, including Southampton Hospital. It's just a tremendous engine for the local economy. And they just do such a good job over there. But I also want to thank our police department, who really assisted in the security. It went really, really well. And they did do, in their brochure, they had a page in memory of Chief Skrnicki, which was really nice too. A beautiful picture of him. Really nice event. I got over to the powwow. I think Saturday was probably the big day. I was there Monday. Wasn't as crowded, but it was really nice, and, I saw the whole tribal council. It was there, everybody was just so proud and looked so beautiful in traditional garments, and the dances and the music and the ceremonies were really very moving, and really nice event. And let me see what else. I've got a presentation on coming up Saturday in the Village of Quogue. It's a yearly thing where I do the State of the Town address. It's really catered toward the Village of Quogue, so there'll be a lot of conversation about FIMP. I'll talk about some of the other issues, I'm sure, about affordable housing and traffic, financial issues as well. That's coming up on Saturday. On the 12th, the annual Surfers Healing at Ponquag Beach. It starts at 9 a.m. On the 13th, Habitat for Humanity wall raising ceremony at 100 Vale Avenue in Riverhead. And just to let you know that custodian, the individual, one of the people who take care of cleaning this building, Greg Doyle, will have his 26-year anniversary tomorrow, September 8th, with the town of Southampton. So he's been working with us for the last 26 years. So we'll be celebrating that. Trying to think if there's other things I want to bring to your attention. The county has announced that they're looking at County Road 39. They're going to do a roughly $1 million study of different alternatives. Trying to figure out if they can improve traffic flow on County Road 39. And, I'm very involved right now with the budget and with the trustees. So we got the town budget where I'm working with the controller to try to stay within the tax cap, getting harder and harder, a lot of different requests, particularly on the capital side. I know some people are not going to be pleased with certain things that are not going to be in this budget, but I'm doing my best. And then the trustees have been really trying to hammer out this MOA and the budget so that they can have a tax line on the property tax bill that goes out for next year. And I think we're awfully close. We're going to talk about it in executive session. But I basically locked us, not literally, but we were in a room for 5 hours this week. And I said, look, we're not leaving this room until we sort this out. There's still a couple of outstanding issues, but I think we're awfully close. And we'll talk about that in executive session. So that's it for me. I don't know, maybe we'll go to Cindy. And
Thursday, Good Ground Park, we had a concert. It was a really awesome concert. It was an Eagles tribute band. I was joined by Hugs and Thrive, and we did a medicine take-back event. We had quite a bit actually turned in. We also did information for people that were there on substance abuse disorder. And, we had a really nice, people stopped and they had conversations. And, when I was talking to Kim Lobby about it, and it would actually, I think, because there's this great little spot right there next to the playground, if we could have, a non-for-profit or two table at our concerts, because a lot of times they have problems bringing awareness to their programs because to get people to come to a not-for-profit event is sometimes not such a draw, but they come to the concerts in droves. And I have to say, the parking lot was full, St. Rosalie's lot was full, Main Street was full. There was people everywhere. So it might not be a bad thing to maybe start next year where we let, a non-profit or two head table at the event, at the concert, so that when they have the foot traffic coming by, and it's not pushy, people just stopped and asked questions. If they didn't stop, they didn't ask questions. That was Thursday. Sunday, Labor Day weekend was absolutely beautiful. I took time with my husband because we just sent both of our girls off to college, so we're empty nesters. And Sunday, we went to the drive-on beach and saw a lot of friends and family and just had an amazing day. I mean, it was a gorgeous day on Sunday, and we spent the whole day there, so.
That's the one in the village? or-
Yeah.
Whatever happened with the, I can't remember now, with the, we tabled the discussion, the one in,
We're gonna look for something else, since it was
West
too
of the-
close to Hot Dog Beach.
right.
But I mean, it's just an amazing experience, especially there. There's just, it's all first responders and families, and it's just it's a great time. They had a whole pig roast, and it was great.
That's great. And, you know, you're entitled to have a little downtime. Enjoy all the things we're trying to protect, right?
Yeah.
Rick?
So Thursday night this week, tonight, we have our last concert in Good Ground Park. It's at 6 PM, not 7. Everybody showed up late last week. It's Nina, et cetera, and the Como Brothers. It's 2 duos. They do like 2 different sets apiece.
Como, bro?
Como.
Andrew and Chris?
Como, C-O-M.
Oh, not Como.
Is that the guy that sang at the San Gennaro?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So it's a rock, folk, and soul,
Oh.
blues. It's
Yeah.
a mixture of everything. Youth Bureau on Fridays now at the Crohan Center. They're doing their TGIF Fridays from 4 to 6, grades K through 4. If you need some after-school activities, there's fun games, plenty going on there. The basketball clinics at SYS start at the end of September with 7 to 12th grades, 5 to 7 at SYS for basketball clinics. And if you are looking for things to do, this Saturday is jam-packed. We have a car show in Watermill. We have the Ducky Race run by the Hampton-Bays Chamber of Commerce at 10 o'clock at Cowfish. We also have the Anti-Bias Task Force picnic at Red Creek Park from 1 to 5. So I'm sure I'll see John there. And
Has the duck race switched from the Civic Association to the Chamber of Commerce?
yes, yes, and actually Maria's helping the chamber put it on. Maria helped the Civic.
Oh, okay. All right, John, you got anything?
Well, I was gonna mention the Antibodies Task Force,
Sorry,
but
I knew I was
thanks,
taking-
thanks, Rick. It's a great event. It's gonna be my last. Hopefully I can make it. But it's always good fun. People,
Any
good people.
proclamations this time? Because if, you know.
I don't know.
Okay.
And also for residents within the CAC West area, our CAC West meeting is canceled for tonight. We'll reschedule. That's it.
Tony John?
Nothing at this time. Thank you.
Okay, so we do have a bunch of executive session items. Let's see what we got. We have contracts, MOU and ESA for CCA. We have the trustee issue I mentioned. We have acquisitions, including CHF acquisitions, particular discussion of the West Hampton Coast Guard property. We got CPF properties, and if we have time, I also want to talk about the Hampton-based downtown conversation, the historical concepts and the zoning issues, and we have some confidential legal advice issues there, so. All right, I will make a motion to go into, to end our work session, go into executive session.
Second?
Seconded by Councilman Scavone, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We're adjourned for all other